I'm James Kirk.
I'm Ichi Hoya.
And you're watching simnews.tv.
Hello everybody and welcome to this WCS league here with the flat sixes here today for 2019 for the next 7 weeks. I'm David Carter and alongside me this evening will be Mike Pitman, and shortly, I know he's got a bit of troubles getting to the broadcast with real life traffic and congestion, is Simon Smith. He'll be the main commentator and broadcaster here this evening as well. So, how is everyone? Feel free to get involved in the chat if you've got any thoughts or any questions during this broadcast. We're currently in qualifying, which I'll just get to in a few moments' time. We're currently in Super Bowl. But, Mike, brilliant to be here. Obviously, a league that you own, and I don't know if you just want to introduce yourself and just tell a few more people about the league, if anyone who's tuning in maybe for the first time.
Oh, hi. Well, yeah, it's nice to be on broadcast. It's a bit rare I do these nowadays. Come back, Smithy. It's typical fashion, isn't it, for him, bless him. But WCS, yeah, sort of new over the last sort of 6 months, be revitalised anyway. Been around a while for people that haven't seen it before. But we're trying to make it sim racing sort of entertaining, a community again. I think it's all got a little bit too serious, but we do like doing nice broadcasts and trying to make things just fun to drive. That's kind of the main thing. Whilst if we can throw some nice things in there for people as rewards, then great as well. Thanks to SimSync PRO on this one as well for sponsoring us on this one.
Yeah, SimSync PRO, a big, massive part to a lot of sim racing leagues here today, and we thank them for supporting WCS as well. We've also got a couple of little things to give away today as well later on in the broadcast. Obviously, stay tuned for that to see how you guys at home can get involved. Just run you through the racing side of things in qualifying. Obviously, you've got 14 teams here taking part in this this series. 28 drivers in total should be taking part in the series. We're in qualifying at the moment. It's a super pole session, and I'll tell you what here, Mike, some top quality names here turning up here once again to try and take the championship crown in their back pocket.
Yeah, some people we've seen before. Of course, Kasdorp at the top there at the moment is a previous champion for us in the McGann series on Rfactor 2 as well. So obviously he's got the credentials. But a lot of the guys here you might have seen, if you're new to ourselves, then you might have seen them in other leagues as well around the place. I wouldn't say there's like crazy alien. There's not Bruno Hies or Rudy Van Buren turning up, but some of these guys are really up there as well. And it's a really competitive field because we are fixed setup. Should be mentioned as well. It does make the field bunch up an awful lot. Equal cars, equal setups. It's going to be exciting to see, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. Just to answer a question in the chat from Ryan, is both RSR cars present? Yes, they are, and they're both at the top at the moment. Yuri Kastorp leading from Chris Shepard. Actually, Sheldon Scott Muscat splitting the pair of the RSR cars as well. And if any of you are at home watching this broadcast, obviously feel free, if you want to subscribe and give it a like, as well as, including you, Ian, as well, if you are watching this, to just follow the progress of the league and see how, obviously, you get involved as well. 9 minutes and 41 seconds here of qualifying here to go. And it's going to be really, really intriguing season. Of course, this is a series that's going to take us all around the sim racing world as well. If you go through the calendar now, you've got Barbagallo likewise in there as well. You've got a whole host of tracks. You've got Barbagallo, you've got Simmons Plains, which we'll go to next week actually. We've got Circuit Ricardo Tormo, Sugo, and we're finalising in St. Petersburg as well. Halfway through the season, we'll have after 3 rounds, we'll have a break, and it'll be a transfer week as well. So if any of you guys out there who may be watching the series and think, do you know what, didn't sign up in time, just got there a bit too late, but I want to take part in the series. Week 4, after the first 3 rounds, have the 4th week, which is a week off. That's your time to get yourself a drive in one of these teams as well. Which I'll tell you what, actually there, Mike, it does throw in some quite good moves sometimes that we saw in the McGann series, because maybe a team that's maybe further down the order is not having the season that they expected. It's a chance for them to, like in football, you loan a player in January, for example, and it might turn your season around a bit.
Yeah, at the moment the teams are locked, so they've got a roster of up to 4 drivers that they can choose from for each round, so you might see some swapping and changing over the next few rounds. And then, we get a nice little transfer window where you can, if you had somebody that has been unreliable and you want to replace them, then great, or if you want to go after your title. Must be said, we've just watched Capit go round and go second, and we missed Muscat and Mayer doing very well as well, up in the top now as well. But yeah, we just watched Capit do his lap as well. We're now watching Brewer currently. Also another one with high credentials as well for drillers. But yeah, the transfer window can be really exciting. It's only actually 3 weeks away, so you can really, get involved pretty quickly if you like what you're watching. The mod is available to get and download and practice with, so get involved.
Yeah, as I say, and for you guys at home, obviously this is the best chance to, see what the league is all about here tonight around Castle Combe. Great little circuit held in the southwest of the UK. Doesn't get used actually this much nowadays, but still a great little track, particularly for these types of cars.
Patel has binned it into the wall on his lap for chaos.
Yeah, not ideal at all. I'll tell you a couple of people who I'm interested to see actually now. The likes of David Nichols here actually as well, down in P23 at the moment. He's in the Satellite racing car, and nice to see him back in the series actually. I don't think they wasn't around for the McGanns, was they, Mike? But another great name in sim racing history to come into the series and try to hand at it.
Yeah, it's always nice to have new teams popping up in here, and if they're all ones that have been in the way in the past as well. But it's good to have people back and trying again. He's got his headlights flashing away as well. Nice to get noticed. Obviously, David Nichols there.
And he got Jacob Pegg as his teammate as well. A few cars have actually binned it in their laps as well. If you've noticed, Danny Robbins, Gareth Patella, Mark Fuller all went out for outlaps and all binned it as well. So a tough car and tough track to master As I've been a few practice laps on this circuit, and a few of the people here racing will testify. I got a bit frustrated, to say the least. You know, it was
It's not like you, eh?
Not like me at all, is it? I'm not one to open mouth for anything. So.
Unshakable Carter. Smithy would have definitely had a nickname for you if he was here.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Is it to get a Smithy legend nickname?
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
it. Something that will stick. You know,
yeah. Oh, don't say that around Smithy. But yeah, nonetheless, we've got. We've still got a few minutes left of this qualifying. Quite a lot of drivers have done theirs. Dean Vila he's coming over the line, but yeah, on the grass. That's an interesting way of doing it.
Well, he's in one of the default liveries,
and
so
into the back as well. Yeah, a few teams have still got the default. I think there's about 4 teams on the grid with the normal, just the template, the league template, in the blue and white, which is why you might see quite a few of them around. They can change them as the rounds go on, so hopefully we'll get a nice full looking grid. But a few of them signed up a little late, so can't work magic necessarily.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dean Vela going over the grass like that, he ain't got no locos on the car at the moment, but that lawnmower brands like Flymo up there, they're definitely all over that after that performance over the grass.
True.
33 viewers in the chat. Hello and welcome wherever you're watching around the world. If you want to get in touch, with either of us, obviously you can contact Mike Pitman on Twitter at ScrutineerSN and myself at David G Carter 93 as well. You can ask any questions, maybe a bit more personal. It's probably a bit quicker for us to respond as well if you was to go out about WCS or maybe the mod or just sim racing in general, whether it's Rfactor 2 related or competition related or whatever you like. Just feel free to pop us a tweet or pop us a message on Instagram, and we will respond as best as we can.
So while we've got people in the chat and we've got a few minutes sort of going on before we get to the race, who are we all rooting for? We've got teams in the chat. What are we looking for? Who are you a fan of? I suppose I'm not expecting you to completely throw your put your flag out, but still. Who have we got going on? I've seen, familiar faces in the chat. It's nice to see them. Interestingly, some drivers as well. That's an interesting one. Who are driving are in the chat.
Yeah. Multitasking at its best. Might explain some people's pace. I don't know. I
suppose if you sat in the pits, then I suppose fair enough. But I imagine Lewis Hamilton does the same.
I'd love to.
Wouldn't he just?
He'd love to do a selfie while he's
sat in the pits doing that, looking at his clothing line pictures or something. Yeah, there'd be loads.
Doing his hair.
Yeah, not the helmet. It's what matters. Of course it does. It's what wins you championships. Kasdorp will be doing exactly the same now after his championship, won't he?
Yeah.
#bless. Yep. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, that is indeed as well. Muscat and Vela, GT Omega boys. Yeah, that's to say, great to see those in chat, because obviously they, particularly as you mentioned earlier to me, actually, chat Dean Vela does real racing as well, real life racing as well, and indeed has Paul August Lan, who's in P11 at the moment in the Neptune sim racing team there as well. He was an ex-Carter as well in.
Let's see where Argo Tito ends up. He's just done his lap. 10th he drops into. Okay, fair enough. Caitlin Penny, little shout out as well at 16th, considering she only got the drive about under an hour ago. So fair enough. Like, not much practice, just thrown in there.
So people, a big spread of times. Obviously, this Super Pole session, so big 5 second spread. But 2 minutes to go. But everyone now has set their times, So that means Yuri Castle, first man, obviously the champion of Rfactor 2 after the Renault Megane series as well. He's taken pole position in by 4/10 and Risto Capit as well. So top job there from Yuri. That's one way to, you could say, hold on to your defence in the perfect way. Jack Mayer as well, just shout out to him, P5 as well. Really good job. I know he's doing a lot of practice, actually, for this event. But ahead of likes of Chris Shepherd, Chris Butcher.
It's quite good.
Brewer and Fiduk.
There's a lot of teams that are... It's not like we've got a 1-2 for different teams and stuff. It's a good little mix. When you look down that list now. You've got RSR and Eval and Neptune, GT Omega, MDR. There's a lot of new, a lot of teams there. What have we got here? Fans in the chat. Team Villa is also a trumpet player, by the way. Well, there you go. We're learning about him, aren't we now?
That's it.
So
Maybe Matt was blown his own with that comment. I don't know. But,
oh, who needs Smithy? Right, so we hit a small warm-up session now. Just everyone this is where everyone jumps off and goes to the toilet, grabs themselves a snack. It's not like they're checking they've got the right things set up. I'm supposed to be looking out the window at the weather a little bit because we've got real-time weather. It should be all right for this one, from what I'm seeing.
I was not chucking it down with the real-life weather in the UK at the moment. Obviously, me and Pitman both from the UK, and we've experienced a few puddles in recent times. So,
well, they've obviously got very good drainage at this track, it would appear. Yeah. No fans get there, obviously, but the track itself is fine.
Yeah, it's going to be a good little session. Obviously, track's rubbered in now. I don't think there's any rain at all, but interesting. Track ambient temperature only 12 degrees actually as well. But track.
It was only at 7 earlier, so it's doing a bit better. But the actual track temp, I think, is a bit higher, though, isn't it? It's just the
29
so
track temperature. So those flat 6 hoovers go around the track and warming up the tracks nicely as well. So plenty of grip out there as well. Plenty of shouts out for a Brutsy, of course. Why don't you come and join in and throw your own team in here? See how you guys get on. You've got enough gloves to go around for drivers. So
oh yeah, the top 3.
Get your team in a mix.
Love a set of, top 3. Maybe get a set of gloves. How about that?
Maybe come on, get a set of boots.
Why not? Commit to it. He's in the chat.
Yeah.
He's going to go suddenly quiet, isn't he, now?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, he's suddenly busy and got to do some designs. What a shame.
Yeah. got to get the crayons out. I'm out.
You're not a dragon. Jeez. Come on.
You're supposed to be coming to us for propositions, not us going to you.
Exactly. Just a cap it in the chat as well now. Obviously boarding the pits.
Yeah.
Well done though for second place on the grid.
Yeah, nice job from him. Obviously, someone that me and Mike have both had the pleasure of working with in recent times.
Yeah,
cracking lad. I'll tell you what. Going back to working with recently, some of the setups that he does with the data he gets in is crazy. He brought these screenshots of the graphs that he gets, and it's ridiculous. He's just like so much attention to detail. Which
well, let's be simple. Doesn't matter here.
No, it doesn't matter too much here because obviously it's fixed setups pretty much. But it's amazing. It just goes to show Pitman how serious these teams take it. If they're setting up all this sort of
sim racing itself is just very serious nowadays. And rightly so. You can get real race drives out of it now and things. Formula 1 teams taking interest. There's loads of stuff going on. So I can see why people do, of course, and we want to encourage that. And I hope that we might get somebody who's part of our little family here at WCS moving forwards and doing well. But at the same time, we're all just here to have some fun. You can kind of tell this isn't the most serious broadcast in the world ever. So by all means, have a bit of banter with us in the chat as well, because we sure will do when Smithy gets here.
Oh, that's for sure.
He'll have a story.
Takeaway bingo coming.
Oh yeah, well. He'll have a story just from the bus home that he's stuck on. There'll be something that's happened, no doubt. And yeah. I think they only say a few rules on these sort of things with banters. You don't talk about religion, sport, and what's the other one? I can never remember it now. Brexit probably. It's probably the 3 we're best not speaking about.
Yeah, we got enough to put up with real life stuff. So yeah, we're here to relax, have some fun, have a joke, have a laugh. And watch some racing. It's good racing as well. And
so there's quite a few GT Amiga fans in the chat by the looks of it. Seems to be potentially a favourite, maybe. Not too sure. But
that should be a poll. Who is the most supported team?
We might have to do that next time out. We can sort that. Yeah. Not a problem.
Who's the most supported driver on the grid? Is a few teams, like MDR of cheating by filling up pretty much half the grid, aren't they? You
mean fan boost, effectively, is what you're after, is it?
Yeah, fan boost. Yeah, that's it. Maybe give them a couple of extra points or something for a most supported driver on the grid, maybe.
has been considered. They're the sort of things we do here at WCS. We're here, very different series. We're going to have a Race Room one announced very soon as well, after the WTCR one that we recently did. So there'll be a different mod, different things, but that's the next series to launch alongside this, of course. So if you're more of a Race Room fan rather than an Rfactor 2 fan, then that might be for you as well. Or do both, who knows? There's very talented people that can do multi-sims and everything else. I struggle to do one, let alone
Yeah.
let alone jumping from sim to sim, my word.
There's a reason why we're in this commentary box, isn't there, Mike? Let's face it. If we can't do it, we'll talk about it. That's pretty much our that's our careers now. But fantastic to see, and of course me, you, and Smithy Benigezzi, we've been around the scene I've been around the scene 8 or 9 years. I think you've both been around even longer, and just seeing how much it's all evolved, like different mods, different sims, but also the drivers, how they've progressed over a long time.
You're just saying I'm old, aren't you? That's all you're saying, really.
Yeah, that's it. Well, not old, just experienced.
But yes, yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, wise. It has. It has changed massively. I remember starting in GP4 days of all things. My word. Still some of the best games ever made, by the way. Those the Jeff Cohen ones, but this is Rfactor 2 is an incredible piece of software as well. All the sims have some, very good plus points and some very some areas that need attention, let's say, but they all do some things better than others. It's kind of, if we could pull bits from each one, it'd be fantastic. The graphics from one, and the realism of this one, and the the user interface of another one, and that sort of stuff. The non-subscription service of certain ones, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
would help for sure.
Yeah. 3 minutes 45 seconds of warm-up to go. Hazy N, welcome to WCS chat here. There's supporting Satellite here as well. I don't think they had the best of runs in qualifying, I don't think, but good, as I said earlier, good to see them in the championship as well. Likewise, teams like Red Arrow, they're in WCS for the first time from my memory.
I think it's actually Red Arrow's first venture outside of GPVWC. So thank you for them both coming here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Obviously, David Foddick and Chris Butcher, really, really talented people over the course of many, many years as well. The likes of brand new team, ASMA Racing as well. I'll be honest, never heard of them. But today,
I do quite like that, because they are not necessarily a team that exists. They are 4 lads who wanted to race together, and their names begin with AMSA. Why not? Why not do a team name that way? That could catch on. That could be a team they run forevermore. I don't know. But that's great. I love the fact that they just clubbed together and went, yeah, we want to race. Let's do it together.
So ASMA Racing, a breath of fresh air, you could say, to the league.
Oh, you've been holding on to that one, haven't you? Jeez. Wow.
Well, come on, this is new season, You
yeah, no, I love it. I love it. That's great. Oh, no. Oh, what have I done?
What have you done?
I've got 6 rounds of this. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Wait till we turn it up to 11
Oh.
as well. But yeah, it's really, really good. So Jeffrey Forney in the chat, welcome as well. It's a man, of course, we had in the Began series as well, not taking part of this series as well. But I think he's someone someone can talk him into doing it. I reckon. He's off season. He's probably not very busy during the winter, Jeff. So yeah, maybe one of the teams might talk him into racing after week 4 or so as well.
Well, yeah, there's a few in the chat that you might want in your team, to be fair. I've seen Terzic in there as well now. That's actually 2 you want to get him driving. Along with Fournier. Some very talented people in the chat. Get in the cars, lads. There's more series coming up all the time. Like I say, it's only 6 weeks, or 7 with the transfer week. So, and then we'll have more action again. And enjoy Christmas, of course.
Yeah, so maybe have a special event, while we're having our Christmas turkey, maybe, have a
25th of December endurance race.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds good.
Yeah. 24 hours.
I think a few of us would be disadvantaged, quite a lot from disadvantage for the drink and alcohol they've consumed as well. But that would be a good laugh.
I always thought it'd be quite good to try and do one for Easter. When you do it when Christ died till Christ rose. Like a 3-day fucking... Could be great. So yeah, good thinking, Matt, putting us back on track. Some predictions. That's a good thinking. I like these people. It's like having a right-hand person. Thank you very much.
It is, yeah, thanks for that.
Tezek sold his wheel. Ah, well, master the controller. I'm sure. Anyone want to provide him with a wheel? Anyone? GT Omega. Anyone got one lying about?
Yeah.
Abutsy must have one kicking around. Come on. He's gone very quiet.
He has. You know, he did have a wheel, but I think he sold it, didn't he? He's kind of in Berryman as well. So unfortunately, that's a no-go now.
What is it with people selling their wheels, eh? What's going on?
I know.
You'll want to come back eventually. You want to.
It's like a bug, isn't it? You know, like me, I've retired a couple of times in the past, sort of about a year or 6 months here and a year there, and a mod might come out or a sim might come out and just think, oh, give that a try. And you get the bug back. And funny enough, with me, it happened a couple of times. When I come back, I was actually faster after like 6 months away or a year away than when I was before. It was really weird because you develop some bad habits, you could say, when you're driving.
Well, that's just you getting more wise in your time. That's what that is.
Yeah, it could be. Loss of hair as well for me as well, you know.
Oh yeah, the lack of hair definitely helps with everything, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. Wiseness, sex appeal, the lot. I'll tell you what, it really does.
It's just the growth of the brain, I think. That's what it is.
Yeah. Your brain's just closer to it, yeah.
Ryan Elliott asks, concerning game, please tell Chris to swap cars.
Yeah, it has been noted they're in the same car 14, both the RSR guys. Now, we finished warm up now, so I think they're going to end up racing like this.
Well,
weirdly, it's not going to be ideal for them, but the cars are equal, so it doesn't particularly matter. Doesn't make it easy while watching it for us, but hey, on broadcast you've got the extra little bit telling you what's happening. We'll take 2 seconds to do a quick advert. And we are back.
So as they are all lining up on the grid, everyone's now on the grid now, and no formation up, of course. We're just going straight into it. The 5.5s are on. They drop the clutches and they get away, and it's a pretty good start there from Risto Capit. You know, cracking start there from the Estonian, and they're 4 wide behind. They're argy behind there as well with these 24 flat 6 Porsches running up towards the first and second corners here. Difficult braking zone here because it's very easy to lock it up. And there's sideways action there. Scott Muscat gets sideways out of the corner, runs onto the grass, and they're still side by side behind. Again, he's still on the grass there, still doing some more mowing as they go into the chicane for the first time here around Castle Combe. Cone's getting knocked over. I see a drive-through penalty for Alexander van der Rude further back. Everyone seems to be getting in play pretty cleanly. Of course, the first here of 20 laps here around Castle Combe. Cracking start though from Risto Capit though, Mike.
It was like a rocket ship off the line there. That was mad. Maybe it was like, you know, say in F1, maybe it's better to be on that side of the track. I don't know. He's definitely ready for it though. There's some great little battles going up and down the field. Lane getting pushed out at the moment onto the grass actually. He's down to about 18th, 20th now. I think he's going to end up right down the back. Oh.
Yeah, at the back as well, with Garrett Freaks as well. But lap 1 getting completed now. And there's a right old mixture of cars at the front of the field, which is great to see. You know, Hygo Puma up in 5th place with Jack Mayer up behind him. I say these MDR boys have been practicing a lot, and they're right up the sharp end of the field with Chris Butcher in 7th position as well. But yeah, chat, you know, what do you think about that start from Risto Capit? What do you rate that out of 10? If a lot of you out there would have been proud of that one. That's one thing for sure. So see side by side actually behind Josh Downard and Dan Brewer for P10 as well. They're getting very, very feisty. as they go up towards.
Yeah, sorry, there's battles everywhere at the moment. There is quite a lot of bumpers going around. Everyone's sort of having a bit of, it's that kind of car. You do get a little bit of rubbing, I suppose. But yeah, we try not to have as much. But there, like that one, that's too much. For example, with Dan Brewer there, with whoever that was that dropped behind, was it Downard?
Downard.
Yeah, Downard. Dropping down the field now.
Of course, all these incidents, if reported, will get looked at, and there's a number of different points penalties the drivers could receive if reported as well. So, important to keep a clean nose, because if you don't, you'll be if you are fighting for positions in the championship, you'll be dropping like an absolute stone down the order if you've been a naughty boy.
That's nice, Chris Butcher at the moment, having a look on who's that? Mayer? No, who must that be?
That is Jack Mayer.
Yeah.
There's Jack Mayer there as well. Both Englishmen there fighting away. I'll go Ted Eyre as well is behind them as well, keeping the watching brief. But Butcher and Mayer fighting on really, really hard. Of course, after this race as well, we'll be doing a giveaway as well. As I'm sure, Mike, you would probably announce the format of that as well afterwards.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Don't worry. Little giveaways for people to get racing, basically. Unfortunately, not giving away wheels and things like that this time out. But hey, who knows in the future? What's going on there? Poom down to 5th. Is that Campfield up to 4th?
Yeah, Campfield running in 4th position. Ahead of Hygo Poom. Campfield's got a nice gap now as Mayer defending from Butcher behind, but Butcher has the undercut and the car's spinning off in the background there. We'll get to that in a second, but Butcher's got the overlap now on the MDR driver. It was all contact. Oh, Butcher's spinning around. He got the hip and shoulder there.
Didn't he just? That was, yeah, no, well, there was space, but I mean, no second thoughts there. That's my corner.
That's it, yeah, he gave a shove right into the left-hand side of Butcher's car and off the track onto the grass as well. So knowing Chris Butcher, he will not be impressed.
No, who's that off?
Look at that spearing off
or is that?
County.
Yeah, who was that?
Danny Robbins.
Yeah,
that
it was,
is,
yeah.
In the Mission Drive Racing Academy car, I think that's called. Bit of a mouthful, isn't it? I don't even know the full name.
Just go Mission
Drive.
It'll be fine.
Mission Drive, yeah.
Mission Drive works.
Well, he's having a mission driving back onto the track. That's one thing for sure. Look at that, down to P22.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is 20 laps, so, you can keep going. You never know what happens in these cars, to be fair.
I did drive these, actually, as I said earlier, and they do, if you give them a little nudge, they do get some damage very, very quickly as well into a wall or a barrier, which you should. So it's very, very realistic.
Oh, yeah.
As well. I've seen a couple of cars missing front bumpers.
Shout out to Penny up in 11th. I mean, that's pretty good going for no practice at all. Muscat dropping down though a bit. Just go on there.
I don't think Penny's been chased so hard before. All these cars following her.
Oh dear. I can see where this is going.
Let's go to Patella there as he's right behind Caitlin Penny. Juba behind as well. Dean Vella, great talent here, of course. Oh, Dean Vella, look at that, left and right of the of Juba.
Yeah, and he's it's very close all the way around, isn't it? He's got a good run out of there, though. If he can get some space, he's going to have the inside.
This is the biggest battle now on track. Penny, who locks up, going into the first corner there. And Patella now got the drive out of the corner, and behind them as well, Villa.
Villa should do that now because he got on the gravel.
There we are, taking plenty of it.
Yeah. And the two guys in front of him battling will probably let him pick up 2 more places as well at this rate.
Oh, there's a car spinning off. Oh, big damage. Big damage there. Patella. No front bonnet, no bumper. I think just driving onto the grass. They've got a tiny little love tap there from, who was that? Caitlin Penny.
Yeah.
So Patella spinning around and around, and big damage on that car. And, not the first time, I must admit, I've seen Penny knock someone into a barrier. That was unintentional, I think, but a bit of a reputation.
I was going to say that was Friday night after the pub, though, wasn't it? But yeah. I mean, that's a great little battle here, though, to be fair. Now, Vela looks like he's going to pull away a little bit. He's got a long gap to catch up Butcher, though. It's about 6-7 seconds up the road, but he, can go for it. He's got clean air now. The guy's behind, though. A heck of a battle going on.
I've just seen the chat, Matt Grank, Vela the trumpet player with the passive dreams, from an earlier pass. So, great stuff there. But Downard getting around outside of Penny there as well.
Definitely worth looking up front. As Kasdorp is catching now. Oh, I haven't said that. There's no big crash coming on. That battle we were looking at, James was going completely off.
Penny's off as well.
Well,
Penny's off as well.
He was completely saved. He lost it himself on the inside of the corner, went straight across the track and into the side of Penny and saved himself. But Penny then ended up in the grass. So, yeah.
Penny's on the grass and Garrett
got
free spinning sympathy.
Got Campfield as well in fourth with Shep. They're battling away. But, yeah, the lead, I mean... We're only half a second apart now. Looks slightly more now, if anything, but...
Capit and Castorp as well, two world-class drivers. We're on lap 8 of this race, and not quite halfway. After this race, we've got a 10-lap, more of a sprint race style format after this, so people probably a touch more aggressive.
Yes.
Trying to fight for positions.
So they have to with the reverse grid as well, so the top 10 is reversed. So that's an interesting one for Vela to have got into now. So although he's got a big gap to Butcher, if he stays there, he's on pole next time out.
Great to see. People who might have had a bit of a rough race or who's fighting at the front, they might have dropped back a little bit. Time to shine. To get some big points in race 2 potentially as well.
Well, yeah, if you were someone like Butcher or Downard, probably spying up that 10th place now, he's only a couple of seconds off. Probably going to see Campfield have a move here maybe on Shep, but no, decides he's too far back.
And this battle now closer, intensifying at the front of the field. Castorp, after Alex van der Voorde got in the way, slightly being a back marker. Now Castorp, all over the back of the rear wing here of the Estonian and in front. Oh, it gets sideways as well. I see some grass getting kicked up in the background. Was that one of the people at the front?
That's Shepherd and Campfield battling away, because Campfield's done that now. Just got passed into third ahead of Shepherd.
These laps flying
past. And it's allowed Poom to catch right up because they were battling away. So 5th place right on the back of Shepherd as well now. In the Neptune car there. Funky orange and purple one.
That is, now will Poom be diving down the inside? No. So Shepherd and Campfield is out in front. They've been racing each other actually for many, many years as teammates very, very often as well, and they've got a great respect for each other. So I don't expect these two guys to be battling each other too hard.
Kasdorp gets a really nice run out of there. Oh, and then he's done it himself. He had too much of a good run, hit the inside curb, and he actually ended up on the outside grass there. He's managed to keep his foot in it though, so he hasn't really lost out massively. I thought that could have gone horribly wrong.
But yeah, it's very, very difficult. You've got to lift the throttle on that grass because otherwise you very, very easily lose the back of the car. Castorp there, regaining his focus, regaining momentum.
Everyone questioning about Muscat, what's going on with him? Actually, good question. I saw him drop down the order twice separately, but missed out on what was going on, unfortunately. But
he's fighting Downard at the moment as well. Quite handy performance. I've not actually seen Sheldon Scott Muscat race before, in all honesty, so I didn't know what to expect. But handy performance in P12, definitely scope for a good result in race 2 as well, with things swing in his direction.
Poom might have a look here at Shepherd. No, not happening. I say everyone does have to be very careful when they're cutting these chicanes. Although the curb is part of the track surface, which is perfectly fine. The people that go past that onto the AstroTurf with more than 2 wheels potentially could get penalised for it. So, Poom into the side of him there. Look at that, both of them sliding around that corner,
drifting out of the corner as well. Really, really exciting stuff there. Hygo giving it his all as well. Of course, some of these guys as well in real life, I say they're playing a trip to Malta as well in December as well. So some of the people from Malta in the chat might be meeting some of these guys actually in a couple of months' time.
Or heavily avoiding that area, whichever.
Yeah, they might emigrate themselves. Some of these people turning up to the island.
It's the week away that they do every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go and do your Christmas shopping in New York or something that week. That's fine.
Come to the UK, it'd be a bit more empty. You know, maybe as well.
Yeah,
Potentially.
you can still get here now to the end of January. You're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Relax.
Front two pulled up a little bit now, not as close, but Hygo still really piling on the pressure on Chris Shepherd here. It's difficult to pass here, Castle Combe. It's not the easiest place to make an overtake, because a lot of the times you're turning and braking at the same time. You know, it's there's no real perfect place to pass. It's always taking a bit of a risk and a chance, as we saw earlier with Jack Mayer and Chris Butcher as well.
True. We've had Downard drop down the field there. Fire's just been passed and Lane. That whoever Drillers, is it Drisba or something? Whatever, I can't. Juba. He's now up into 12th. Good on him. Now and Muscat's free to try and chase down Villa.
Yeah, so both Maltese drivers there. Actually, Vella's putting a lap on Alexander van der Rude. He's the man who got a big amount of damage at the start of the race. Here they come as well. Again, for Pivs at home, what's your thoughts on the racing so far? Any particular highlights for you guys at home? I'll say we've had a few moments to talk about. To feedback on as well, maybe watch back as well on the broadcast. Obviously this is live, but obviously you can watch back to any of those bits that you may have missed in the broadcast after the stream, of course.
If you can't get enough of us, of course you can listen to us again. Lucky you.
Yeah, I know.
Castle caught right back up again now. He's only just 4 tenths off. In fact, probably slightly less than that now.
The satellite car might get in the way. It's Jacob Pegg there. He's just about to fall a lap down. And with these two marauding every move, you know, you're not going to want to get in the way as Capit gets a bit sideways. Oh, this is not a good place to lap a car. Capit onto the grass. And Castle's got the run now. I think Castle's going to take the lead. He's on the inside.
Should be on the inside for this one. They both get the foot in it though. You can do that round there, but not enough. That's job done.
So the McGann Rfactor 2 champion takes the lead here in the Flat 6 Series here at Castle Combe.
Yeah, we've only got 5 laps to go now once they cross this.
6,
sorry. Yeah.
Capper's getting the run once again. Tremendous speed these cars are doing. 145 miles an hour, around about 240 kilometers an hour as well. Risto Capper there locks up.
Oh, the running out of there, the drive. We're on board with Risto and you can see right where you get to.
A yellow flag as well ahead. I think they've just passed the point of danger. It's a bumper there, lady.
Oh, that's a red arrow off. Spinning on the last corner. It's pushed slightly wide by Lane. Not actually touched at all, but obviously felt as though fired it and felt as though he needed to disappear off. So fair enough.
Shame for Fired because he put in. Oh, that was a good. We both had a good conversation with him the other day actually, and he was really looking forward to this series. You know, he come very relaxed. After he's had a troublesome year in GPWC, of course, but he's come here really relaxed and he's enjoying the vibes, enjoyed the atmosphere. Having a race with David Nichols at the moment, actually just trying to pass him into the first chicane for 15th place. But yeah, it's just a shame he's down where he is because obviously we all know his talents. You know, he's an extremely talented sim racer. Obviously, won championships in the past, and now looking at here, maybe slightly different. Different feel, obviously GT cars rather than normally single-seater pass, but again, hugely talented nonetheless, and looking to maybe get some race victories here later this year.
Oh, it will come for these guys. You know, if you have a bad start or a bit of damage or something, that can, because it's equal cars, it can very much ruin your race potentially. I do love the fact that someone on the chat just saying the middle chicane needs to call the abuse hotline. We will have if you do know a particular charity that would happily take our 2 chicanes home with them afterwards and give them a good home and some safe environment, that might be a good as well.
Chicane line.
Chicane line.
Yeah, it's a child line, you know, you got chicane line.
Oh dear. Yeah. It's not as popular, but yeah.
No.
Had a bit of a bumpy beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Risto's not giving this up, is he?
Now he's up with 4 laps to go now.
We've still
And
got
another back marker ahead.
Still got Poom following Shepherd like nobody's business as well.
He's like chasing like it's a cream donut or something against old Hygo Poom. You know, he's really after Chris Shepherd here.
Don't think Chris Shepherd's ever been called a cream donut before, but there you go.
No, but I know,
Maybe
I know
certain
Hygo
circles.
likes him. I know Hygo likes him. He's partial to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he looks the
I'm
old
not going to
cream
ask
donut.
how you know, but that's fine.
Maybe it's a bit of jam in the centre of this battle as well as Hygo goes through the chicane.
You so had me worried there. That's
No,
hovering
nothing
over
to
the
worry
mute button. I was.
or the kick or the bam button.
Yeah, those. Yeah,
Something
those.
like
Time out. Go and sit on the naughty step.
That's it. So I go chasing down. We have 3 laps to go now. The leaders as well. Castle still leads. Catfield now getting the gap now from
Oh,
Shepherd, who slides wide. Hygo's got the best opportunity he's had. He's taken it. It's that P4. Great stuff there from the Estonian.
because that was just consistent pressure, I think, there, and got too much for Shep.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a very tricky corner. That is, it really annoyed me in practice when I was doing some, cycle laps around here, and that's the one corner that kept annoying me, to say the least. Some of that is
Quite a
annoying.
lot annoys you, doesn't it? Turns out.
It does.
Quite a bitter little man. Got a lot of annoyance. Is that just behind a wheel or just generally?
No comment.
You need to get you some, just need to keep feeding you Gregs and we'll be fine, won't we?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's another thing as well. Oh, Chris Shepherd, drive-through penalty. He has to serve as well. He's been too much a naughty boy himself.
Cutting too much. Yeah, we do have cutting rules on this. Yeah.
So he's going to be one man who's going to be taking driving through the pit lane. We'll have to do it next lap, you would assume.
Well, yeah. Well, yes. Don't make the mistake people did in the Megans, where they decided not to serve it and served it on the last lap, going down the pit lane. It gave him a huge time penalty. You dropped to the back of the field.
Yeah.
So he will not want to do that. He will want to take it now, basically. Risto though, right on the. I mean, he's literally on the bumper through there. He was before. Not that there's anywhere to go through there, but. And they are coming up to 2 cars battling as well. Oh, this is going to be a final lap, can't it?
Oh, it's going to be feisty as they've got one more lap to go now. They cross the start-finish line for the second last time. It's just getting the run again. Castle's going to go take the defensive line, I think, into here. There he goes. As Penny and
still put himself alongside though, and that makes him very wide on that corner because. Not quite sure how he thought he was going to quite do that, but I suppose got to give it a go.
Turning his tyres into 50 pence pieces in the process, locking up a lot, which again, easy to do in these cars. We got Alex van der Voorde and Caitlin Penny ahead, and they're having their own battle for the minor places.
Yeah. Van der nearly got that position there actually. On board the Risto. Just look how close that back wing is now. You could sit on it, you could reach out and touch that if the window wasn't there.
Makes a good drinks tray, actually. That does. Put your pint on that.
The old foam.
Or the phone, that's right. As we're into the final corner, and Yuri Kastop looks like he's going to take away first victory of the season for Yuri Kastop in the Flat 6 Series here at WCS as well. So, congratulations to him. Bristol Capit, sterling effort from him to get to P2. Adrian Campfield, P3, and Hygo Poo caught up to the back of him as well. P4 there for Hygo Poom. Jack Mayer in P5. Dan Bruin P6. Chris Shepherd had the penalty. He's gone right down the order. Argo Teder P7 from Chris Butcher P8. Dean Vella's going to come across the line in P9. Great job from him.
Well, you know what? That Shepherd. There'll be big fans in the chat loving it because that Shepherd dropping back means that the first 2 on the reverse grid are going to be both GT Omegas.
They are, and they're both from Malta as well. The Maltese will be
Maltese front row.
Maltese front row as well. Scott Muscat rounding up top 10. Paul August Land P11. Josh Downard in P12. David Fidek comes for a sign P13. P14 David Nichols. Mark Fuller P15. James Shishiba had a drive-through penalty and he's dropping down the order, so Danny Robbins gets P16. Caitlin Penny finishes P18 from Alex van der Voorde P19. Zubo is going to finish 17th from Peg, and then Chris Shepherd P21 as well. Batala 22nd, Van der Voorde 23rd, and Gerrit de Vries in 24th as well.
Nightmare, isn't it, those penalties? See?
Yeah.
Just because you cut a little bit and abuse those chicanes, let's be honest. Too many times. It doesn't just do it for one time, so it'll do it for a few. We've got a small warm-up now, I suppose. We'll also quickly throw a couple of adverts and we'll come back with a competition.
I'm James Kirk. I'm Michi Hoyer, and you're watching SimNews.tv.
Alrighty, we are back. Good to see that we've still got a nice 33 viewers on the YouTube. I haven't got the Twitch up in front of me, but it'd probably be a good time to have that actually for the competition, wouldn't it? Carter. Assuming I've still got you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's okay. Absolutely. Stuff in his face. We've got him here though. That's the main thing.
Yeah, got my bar of salted caramel galaxy in front of me. Just
Other chocolate is available.
It was giving me the eyes, so I thought I've got to
It was giving you the eyes.
Yeah.
Jeez. I was going to say there's a hashtag for that somewhere. We'll work on that.
Yeah, I can't find that hashtag at the moment, but I will find it.
That's fine. Don't worry. So, yeah. Going to do a little competition within the YouTube chat. You may or may not want to enter it. Who knows? But we've got some races in the chat, so it could work rather well. As partnership with our SimNews.tv partners here, they also partner another league at gpvwc.com. So as part of the sim racing community, we're all sort of working together. And they, as their end of season thing, have what they call a Young Drivers Test at their top series. So we are offering a drive in the in the previous champion's car, for that matter. All we have to do to enter, though, it's just to type in the YouTube comments, all in capitals, WCS enter. That's all you have to do. WCS and the letters enter. In English, of course. And we'll enter you into a randomised draw later on, to which we can win a couple of seats into that event. And have some fun driving. Doesn't cost you anything, of course, because you'll win the prize in the seat. It's not like anyone can drive. It is invitational only, assuming you meet the certain criteria of that league as well. You have to own the game. We don't provide that to you, but all the content is free as long as you own Rfactor 2, which we must say is now on sale as well. On the Steam sale, it is half price at the moment, so if you haven't got this game, definitely the time to buy it, as long as some other bits and pieces. So if you want to enter the giveaway, make sure you write in the YouTube comments, all in capitals, and all one word, WCS enter. Easy enough.
There we are. We got first one already. Tyrone Real G _02. First man to enter the giveaway competition. Fantastic. As long as you guys don't break your arm over it, it's okay. Sorry, Alex. Fantastic competition. A brilliant car. I mean, it's a handful. It's a difficult car to drive, but it's the closest thing to Formula One on Rfactor 2 as well. It's a superb piece of modding and engineering, and you have some great fun driving that car as well. And it's maybe another community that you guys may want to enter in the future if you're not so already. So really, really good fun. About 45 cars taking part in that event as well. So it's gonna be eventful. That's one thing for sure.
Sorry, I just realised I was muted. Damn.
That's all right.
What a time to sort that. I suppose it's better now than later on. So we're all right. What have we got left in warm-up? Still a little bit, haven't we, actually? So we're all right. No panic so far. But if you like that action, that was 20 laps, of course. This one is only going to be 10, and we've got the reverse grid of the top 10. So I'm interested to see if the guy... I always like these sort of ones because we've now got, as we saw there, obviously it was very close between top 2 and even 3rd and 4th and stuff, very close. Those guys, of course, can be starting 9th, 10th, that sort of area. So they've got to make quite a bit up. Imagine Risto Capit start from 9th. Like how, you know, he jumped Castle easily last time out. I wonder whether he can jump 2-3 places or so. That would make it very easy from there, maybe. Or, you know, the guys weren't slouches, though, were they? That were in those positions. They weren't that far behind, really. So 10 laps isn't that long to catch these up. So means you can get yourself an awful lot of points in these reverse grid things. I've known a lot of drivers in the past that have been sort of, you know, reverse grid specialists almost. So yeah, and they've got most of their points that way, and they can be title challengers and things. If you can start getting wins in reverse grids, and you know, 9th, 8th, 10th, that sort of inverse races, you can keep your nose clean, which is very important in these sort of things. Cars will know better than most with some of his team sometimes. Then yeah.
Yeah, it makes a big difference to your season. You know, when you get this opportunity, you've got to take it with both hands. You can't mess it up. And if you have a clean first lap, it's a very good chance you're going to finish in the top 3, top 5 sort of position as well, or even win the race. So, you know, that first couple of laps is critical. So just a couple of shouts in the chat. Open Formula Racing, ESGT official as well. Welcome to you guys as well. Mars 1231000 as well. Hello and welcome to WCS League as well. I believe it's their first one of their first times tuning in to a WCS broadcast as well. Apologies if I'm wrong there, but
fair enough.
Welcome anyway.
Make sure you've subscribed and liked it so you see us next week when we go live as well. We're here for the next we've got 6 rounds of this. Enjoy it. Make sure you don't miss a thing. I could start singing there, couldn't I? Bit of air kicking in.
An old sales pitch on point there. So yeah, 3 weeks.
You know
3 weeks.
So well.
That's it. 3 weeks of action every Monday night. At this time, then we have a week's break for the driver transfers. So if you, as I said earlier in broadcast, you feel like you want to have a crack in these cars for 3 rounds, you know, or 3 weeks, give you obviously driver market will be open, and you can apply on the WCS Discord or on the forum as well.
If this isn't quite to your liking, fair enough. Come along, join the community. We have community nights on a Friday, done by Mr. Carter here himself. We try all kinds of things. You know, you've got loads of things up your sleeve that we haven't even gone through yet. But yeah, not all necessarily racing. So loads of stuff. Just get involved, have a good laugh, and we've got a race room series coming up very shortly as well. Over the next couple of weeks, that'll be over next week. I think that'll be announced. So. Yeah, get involved in the community, start liking, subscribing, and you'll get to know all the details. If you found us already, great work. Nice to see you.
I'll tell you what, me and Pitman have been doing some discussions, particularly in 2020, we do have a good couple of things going to get announced as well. So if you do like your sim racing, well, I assume that's what most of you are here for. There's some fantastic series on the horizon as well. Community Night Rise, yeah, there's a couple of things I'd like to try out, see how you guys at home would like to get involved. As I say, not just racing, but maybe do a bit of sport here, a bit of fun here, try a few different things out and see what takes your fancy, really. Caitlin Penny just going through the her race as well, race 1.
Just calling you out as well. I see. I love it. Why not? Carter's in trouble.
Yeah, I always like to get myself in a little bit of bother. That's what I've done.
That's fair enough. Remember, guys, before we get into anything else, SimNews TV giving you the chance to race in the Young Drivers Test over at gpvwc.com. If you want to enter, just write in the YouTube chat, all in capitals, WCS enter, and you'll be entered into the randomised draw to get seats in that. Invitational only, so enjoy. If you're an Rfactor 2 driver and want to try out at some of the big boys, potentially you can get yourself a drive off the back of it for the year after, where there's big prize money. Then it's worth entering, worth giving a go if you've got some free time.
Yeah, it's fantastic cars they are as well. It's something that I've tried my hand in driving before, and I won't say what happened, but it didn't last very long. It's
No. Yes,
one of those
we've had
things.
some interesting people in the cars before. Definitely. I remember once giving all the commentary team the chance in the car. Oof, it's a good thing, I tell you what, in sim racing we don't have proper, itemised bills for damage and stuff like parts, and so I'd be bankrupt at this stage, I'm afraid.
Well, also that your repair crew as well would be very, very busy as well.
They'd have walked. They'd have definitely walked through that. So there's no way. But yeah, it's a good thing that people, commentators that stick to the commentary booth. Maybe is probably the way that works. Simon would tell you that himself when he turns up. That's why he had a backmarker brigade team for the people that have been around for years. Simon's team used to be. They literally called that. Not the nickname that That's what they call themselves.
That's what they call themselves. Yeah, good fun as well. We remember talking to Smithy through some races years ago, and we had a good laugh as well. I mean, I was back there with him on the grid, and yeah, we weren't very quick, but we had a laugh doing it. So it was really good fun back in the day.
Oh, I'm glad. We can have more fun here, though, can't we? We're nearly at the end of warm-up.
Yeah, that's right. 1 minute and 40 to go.
Just a quick shout out to SimSync PRO, who are making this happen for us. Thank you for the sponsorship and the help. We couldn't actually do this without them because we use their products to put all the mods together, that sort of stuff. An awful lot of leagues use it as well, so it's an invaluable piece of equipment. So yeah, if you're running a league or a series or anything like that, SimSync PRO is the people for you. And if you get in touch with us, we might be able to sort you something out as well with them. If you're running a league of some description.
Yeah, always really good people. As I say, SimSync have been around even well before I started. I was 8-9 years ago in the first leagues I entered. Oh, download SimSync. Get all your.
Back when you were glinting the milkman's eye, eh?
That's yeah, you could say that. But no, back when I was on a keyboard as well, which is a long time ago now. Back when you get sore fingers after just doing a warm-up session.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get into Coldplay or something. You mean on the keyboard as in racing, right? I get you now. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
racing. Racing on a keyboard. Nah,
yeah.
That
Fair
was
enough.
good fun. That was. But yeah, glad we're moved on from that. That's one thing for sure. For you, anyone actually in the chat home, what equipment did you first start on? Did you start on a computer, laptop, wheel, joystick, pedals?
Joystick?
Yeah, there people did. I do remember, good story actually. I do remember we were doing the V8 Supercar League, back in Touring Pro Series at the time. Very difficult cars to drive, as I'm sure many of you know. And in a race with, at the time, some of the best around the world, I think it's back about 2012, 2013, someone actually did win a race on the joystick. Wow,
that shows the level, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was...
Oh, now they are. Logitech Momo. Come on. That was probably still the best wheel ever made. I'm sorry,
yeah.
But it was just one of those, outside of things like direct drive and all this stuff that we get now, which is impressive. But I think that wheel lasted. I think it's still going. Some people still drive with that thing. I think it's incredible. Yeah, same like the Driving Force GT I had. That's again another sort of solid wheel that everyone sort of started out with, that sort of thing.
I remember my first wheel was a Ferrari, one of those cheap Thrustmaster ones, about 40 quid. Can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
And then this is an upgrade, by the way, somehow. I can't remember the name of it, but the way you hold, the actual rim of the wheel was pink, like a pinky red colour. I had absolutely no idea what that... I think Speedlink was the name of it. And... that was an upgrade at 250 degrees of serum rotation.
How much steering rotation, sorry? I got called out by the Rfactor.
250 degrees of steering rotation. That was an upgrade.
Nice.
No force feedback.
Terzic had a Logitech Wingman. Isn't that a choice?
2002. Crikey.
Oh yeah, he's showing his age now as well, though. Sadly,
yeah,
that's fine.
Music was good then as well. 2002.
Music was good.
Yeah.
What were you listening to back then? Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to shame myself too much.
Oh dear. G29, I think a lot of people drive with that. Some very top drivers drive with the G29 Manuel, or Miguel.
Manuel, Miguel, all the same.
All the same thing, isn't it? Hey, bloody foreigners coming over here, taking our jobs and our names. What are they doing? Sorry.
No, it's great to...
Oh, let's get up to the front on cameras.
Another Vela as well in the chat. Nathan Vela, hello there and welcome.
The whole family's out.
5 lights are out. Yeah, the family's out here watching the 2 Maltese drivers out the front of the field. We've got Scott Muscat.
Oh, it's a poor start.
Andy Vela. It was a poor start. Butcher, look at that launch off the line. It's tremendous stuff. I'll go to there as well. A brilliant start. 10 laps here to go around the sprint race there at Castle Combe. They're side by side in turn 1, Butcher and Scott Muscat. Butcher gets high ground. Oh, Muscat.
He's ploughed into him.
Oh, he's ploughed into him. That's
let the whole field through nearly.
Look at that. Look at Butcher. He's gone from 0 to 0 down the back of the field. But to there. Now
Capit in 3rd.
They're from 10th on the grid.
Although he's getting a bit taken maybe by Poom. Bit of argy-bargy there between the Estonians.
Gary Thorpe. Back at the back of the field, Van der Vuda there has back at the back of the field. He's had a poor start. He might actually start from the pits, potentially. They're out in front today. They're clear as day out in front, but Carlin's behind. I think a few cones been knocked over.
Yeah, those cones never survive the first lap. Don't know why we put them back out. Really.
And there's a spinner. Van der Vuda there spins. Oh, so it's Van der Werf, sorry, who start from the pit. Van der Vuda's just spun. If I can get my words out. But lap 1 already completed here, Pitman. You know, actually, apart from poor old Chris Butcher there, actually relatively clean start.
Well, yeah, Butcher's actually battling back now behind Robbins, trying to have him at the same corner, and yeah.
Oh, spinner, Campfield. He's on the infield at turn 1.
Campfield, oh dear. Where's he now? 9th, something like that.
He's down to 19th, 20th.
Oh no.
Not good there for him.
Shepherd in 16th, battling away as well. We've got the 2 guys behind in the Chaos. Oh no, it's not. It's Chaos and Simtech. So battling away again. No love lost there after race 1. Tell you what though, Vela's doing pretty well. Still sat in 2nd. Very close to. He's got Capit behind him though. I mean, that's really not what you want to see, is it? Capit coming up behind you.
Capit and Castorp as well.
Well, yeah, Castorp's
both there.
Up there
then
now.
Brewer in the Driller's car as well, P5. Hugo Poom in a great P6 once again with Jack Mayer in P7.
Bit mad down in 9th, 10th, 11th. This is all a bit crazy at the moment. Everyone's weaving like mad trying to get past. Oh, and Capit out on the grass. Capit. Oh no, sorry, Vela on the grass.
Vela on the grass.
Been tapped by Capit and went out onto the grass.
Down to P6. So his job now, I think, is just to stay there and see what points he can pick up. But he's got a nice gap behind him. Oh, Carlin's behind.
Butcher again.
Danny Robbins.
With who's that as well? Butcher's called it a day.
Scott Muscat.
Yeah, Robbins.
His rear wing.
Robbins got no front to his car, but still going. And that was Butchie hit that barrier on the inside that just spun him completely at the chicane with everybody. Which then means he just hits everybody. Yeah, well, not surprised, to be fair. He's lost the front half of his car. So, yeah. That's not gone well.
So, yeah, unfortunate stuff there for Chris Butcher and Red Arrow and the other people involved, because they got a huge amount of damage on the car. All Campfield and Patella there as well, down in P15, going very sideways at the final corner. That's right, but look at this out in front.
Got an eval 1-2.
Eval 1-2, yeah. Just want to say to there and Capit, and in front. And to tell you what, I know it's only week 1, but they're looking very, very strong contenders for this championship, aren't they? You know, very early days, of course, but I think they're gonna walk out here with the championship lead as things stand.
Potentially, yeah, as a team, sure. Whether or not Kasdorp's going Capit won't quite have the driver's lead, will he, at the moment?
No.
Maybe? No. No, he won't get as big a gap out of Kasdorp.
No.
It depends. So, still very close, though. Oh, who's that? Campfield.
Campfield on Penny.
He kept that going, though. That was a very Dukes of Hazzard-y style.
Yeah. And then Penny and Patella are now going to be scrapping again after race 1, with Jacob Pegg behind them as well.
You got Fidek as well battling away. 3 of them, in fact. Running nose to tail.
That's the thing. You have a rough race 1, and he's down there for race 2 as well.
Up front though. Up front we've got Capit trying to make a move on Tudor. Surely not going to... Yeah, he's just letting past. No. Surely they're on team radio. But actually, Tudor's then got Kasdorp for company now.
Oh, and Tudor gives him the squeeze. Very easy to just run wide out that corner.
Kasdorp's going to keep his foot in and keep doing it, but around the outside of here is always difficult.
Brewer's going to be sniffing as well.
Oh, bit of dirt kicked up there. Yeah, Brewer just there as well. That's not what you want to see. And Poom, another Estonian kicking about. Oh, Kasdorp's going to run out of road. Always having to go around the outside. Is he going to do a cutback? He's going to try it.
Capit just bolting up at the road.
Oh yeah, Capit's checked out. Capit's gone.
Look at this. You got Brewer and Poom keeping his second and third great company.
Kasdorp should have that done if he.
And he's spinning. And there's Tudor on the grass, and he's going to capitalise now. Look at Poom. He's up to P3.
Tudor down to 7th with that. Wow. Okay.
Just one mistake and it costs you so many positions around here because everyone's nose to tail up at the front.
One Estonia out a third, one back again. That's fair enough. And then what we got there? Mayer. Chat Mayer on going past as well, maybe?
It's on the Velo, I think.
Yes, that is Velo, isn't it?
Great stuff. That's a great pass there from Jack Mayer. It's the MDR co-owner.
Through sins, yep.
Yeah, Bruce. Yeah.
Go and see him if you need some apparel. He'll quite happily sell you a warehouse full. He's probably got of it.
Or a seat. He'll give you a seat.
Give you a seat, yeah. Sign you up. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sign you up. No worries at all.
Oh, these 2 again, Penny and who's that one with it?
Is that Patella? Yes. Patella's got past Penny actually.
They had the incident last time out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Still on the same piece of tarmac. That's not what you want, is it?
There's no hard things between those 2. Peg now looking down the inside of Penny.
I would be looking at Poom and Brewer, really, but yeah.
Yeah. Kasdorp as well. Just in 2nd place now. He's not under some immediate danger or pressure. Of course, for those guys who did miss it earlier on, we do have the giveaway. If you type in WCS enter in chat, you get the chance to win a seat in the GPWC Young Drivers Test with Vodball as well. So if you are interested in that, there is a couple of T's and C's to do. But as long as you're Rfactor 2 already, if you don't, it's in the Steam Steam sale actually at the moment, half price. But you can win yourself a drive for Vodball in the GPVWC Young Drivers Test. Not this firstly, but the one after, as well as a yellow flag somewhere.
Dropping down. Lana, the Neptune
Vela.
one is. Oh, Vela dropped down. Sorry, it was Vela.
Yeah, Vela's now down to 10th. Unfortunately.
There's some great battles around the place. To be fair, Poom is pushing Kasdorp at the moment around the place. And then we got Lane. Oh, who's that? Just gone off behind. One of the satellites into the wall.
Can't see. There's a lot of action going around. I was struggling to keep up actually, but one thing I do know is Nichols, Scott Muscat, Robbins and Butcher all retired from this race. We've got 20 drivers still racing. But yeah, absolutely right there, Mike. Poom still putting Kasdorp under tremendous pressure. And in front, P2.
Yeah, something's not. That's not good. That's not working, but okay.
I know Hygo's got a new PC recently. He was having a few technical issues with games crashing during races, but he's got a new PC now, and just give maybe that extra bit of performance as well with his hardware and software. You know, he's maybe getting a bit of extra performance on track as well, because he's up in P3, keeping Castle more than honest.
Definitely.
Oh, car off. That's satellite off again. Jacob Pegg spinning around. I know there's a couple of satellite fans in the chat. They will not be happy to see them so far down the order here this evening.
All right, one
back up front.
No, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, back up front. Hygo Poom. Look at that shadowing Yuri Castle now as they go onto the straight again. This is the last lap, of course, just to cap it 2.5 seconds up the road. So we're not going to worry about him, but Hygo Poom has a chance here to overtake.
Can I apologise,
Yuri
guys,
Castle.
that race views suddenly gone down on us, but we shall work on it.
I'll still talk you through the action in the meantime. But Poom there looking like got a small overlap on Yuri Castle. Castle shuts the door. Oh, gets a slide, gets a drift. Hygo Poom can't really capitalise. Brewer's catching these guys up as well. But it looks like Castle is going to hold on, but yellow flag actually at the moment at the third sector, so hopefully not going to hold up any of these guys up. But Risto Capit looking like here he's going to obviously have the podium in race 1, second place, but he's going to go one better here in the sprint race, and he's going to take the victory here at Castle Combe. Risto Capit takes the victory there. Yuri Castle second place. Well, Hygo Poom, brilliant P3. Dan Brewer as well, P4, fantastic stuff. Jack Mayer, P5, ran out a great evening for him as well today. And Chris Shepherd, of course, Chris Shepherd started well down the order. I think down P21, he comes across line P7. Josh Downard, P8. Cantfield, P9. Paul August Lan, P10. David Fide at P11. Juba, P12. Batala, P13 from Caitlin Penny, P14. Garrett DeFries rounding out the 15. Dean Vella, after looking so promising, just kept dropping down the order, down in P16. Mark Fuller, P17. Alex van der Voorde at P18. Jacob Pegg looks like he's going to be coming across the line in P19. And Albert van der Verve, P20, it looks like as well. What Miguel Enriquez says, what happened to Vella? I missed it. I believe Vella had a couple of issues, had a couple of spins, and just dropped down the order as well, which is unfortunate. But that has capped off a great evening's racing there, Mike. Been superb, you know, for our first round of WCS Flat 6 Series. It's been really interesting, great racing. A couple of incidents here and there, of course, but quite successful, I think.
For sure. It's been, you know, overall, first lap obviously is always a bit of a interesting one with these sort of cars, and everyone thinks, yeah, I'm in a tank, I can attack. But outside that, some great racing. There was some real challenges up and down the field as well. Some great points had by an awful lot of drivers when I actually get around to doing the tally up in a bit. No doubt we'll find that actually there's some surprising people that have scored there and scored good points when it came down to it. But I can't wait to do it again next week now.
Yeah, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is it Barbagello?
If you're telling me, then yeah.
I hope so.
Give
I'm putting a bit of faith in there. If I'm wrong, now it's embarrassing, but there we go. Simmons Plain, so I am wrong. It's Simmons Plain.
There we go.
Next time out as well. That's next week, same time, same place around. And Barbagello a week after that as well. So we got a sort of Australia New Zealand double header. And
we need to pray that Smithy's buses are better next time, or the trains are running again. Pray on, English train system.
Pray on the train.
Oh dear. So I suppose we did get 2 entries, so that's 2 entries, 2 seats. Easy, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes it easy.
Why not?
Yeah.
So Tywin Hoyer and Nathan Vella, well done. If you come on our Discord, I shall grab you there, please, or message me on Facebook or whatever's easiest on one of our official channels, and we'll get in touch with you. Or on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we're everywhere near enough. Happily message us and we'll sort out that as a prize for you, and we'll have some other different goodies to give away next time out as well, next Monday. So make sure you're tuning in for that. As David said, wherever we were, can't remember where we're at now. But we'll be there wherever it is for week
Simmons
2.
Plains.
Simmons Plains, that's the one.
We'll be somewhere.
We'll be somewhere for race 2.
We'll be here. WCS. We'll be here.
That's the thing. This is the place to be anyway. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you've subscribed or liked or followed, whichever it is, whatever means you're watching us on, so you don't miss out on when we go live next time out next Monday. And we've got the race room event being announced over the coming week as well. So do get involved. Make sure you check out any of the sponsors across the screen, of course, for their great work, including SimSync PRO, who sponsor this particular W6S racing series. It's a bit of a mouthful that to say, actually, isn't it? Didn't think of that when I was writing it out. Oh well.
It was a good idea at the time.
Yeah, it looked good on paper. But no, thank you to everyone. Thank you to Celine for the graphics as well. Thank you to you, David, for your hard work here. I know you didn't expect to be lead comms, so nice work. Been a bit of a laugh.
All right.
I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, be a good laugh. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what sim racing is meant to be about, isn't it, really? Everyone enjoying themselves, having a laugh. If you're not part of the community, get involved, because we will do some sort of community action this Friday, and as we do most Fridays, some sort of racing or action going on ahead of time. So, yeah. Anything else to say, David? Any driver of the day? Let's do that one.
I'll go for me.
Hygo Poom driver of the day. Anyone disagree with
Yeah,
that in the chat while we've got a few minutes? Yeah.
Been outstanding, So I know they put in a lot of practice, but you still got to put the performance in on the day, and that's what he's done. He's going to be quite high up in the standings. I think he's been about P4 or something like that. He's going to be in the standings.
Probably,
so yeah,
when you look
superb
at it.
stuff. Really good, really impressive.
I mean,
All these Estonians coming in and taking all the points away. It's almost like we've got Estonia versus the UK versus Malta, almost. With the drivers, haven't we?
Well, I think we're losing, but yeah.
Yeah, I bet we are losing. Yeah, Brit always
shame.
comes first or lower a lot of the time. But yeah, that's good.
We've got shout out to Jarrett in the thing. Last to P15. I'm great, says Tony. Bless him. And Rodrigo enjoying Neptune on the podium. If you want to see more of that, join us next week. The same time next week. I like that. It's like a TV show. Same time next week, chaps. It's a goodbye from me.
Cheerio, guys.
Cheers. Bye, everyone.